Chico's? Is that Fat Tuesdays? What's the one that's like the big and tall clothing store?
Obese Rick's.
Obese Rick's.
Yeah. No. I don't know.
Yeah. Thick Dons.
Thick Rick's.
Hey, welcome to Thick Rick's. The guy's just fucking. He's like a Mr. Potato Head, heavy on the potato.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Mr. Potato Head.
Hey, you mind just pouring some ketchup on my body?
They don't have.
So right here, he sounds a lot like he did on Tommy Boy when he would do the gestures, and he has like a fat complex because he put his arms up and everything like that. So he has like kind of that fat comedy. Why? Because he's Chris Farley.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, damn.
No, but it's one of those places.
Tyson does a deodorant?
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Oh my God, these condoms have real sheepskin in them.
It's chewy.
Oh man.
Oh no.
The lamb here is great.
Oh my God, this shirt has chocolate chips on it. Yeah, but it's one of those places where the dive bars, like, I just didn't really go to them because it's kind of like you said, it's one of those things where I was told this, where you walk in and they're like, yeah.
And right here, I wanted to explain too that he also has a poster of Chris Farley in the back of his podcast. So why would you have a poster if you're not him? Or that's a portrait, that's a painting actually. So why would you have a painting of another man? I mean, unless it's right here, you want to look at his nose a little and like really look at the end of the nose and how it's kind of like round, kind of, you know, like if it was round. Imagine if he was like fatter. He was fatter because like you have baby fat when you're younger. So like really look at the eye, like just look at the nose, like the nose and the eyes. That's really crazy. Like he has right here, just look at the nose. He has the roundness in his nose, the same as Theo does, but right here he's like 20 to 25 years old. They want to make him look like an old man, but he's not, because that was the same picture as when he was younger. He reached only about, they said 33 when he died. So if you look at him more, it's like look at him more right here, like his eyes, you could tell in his eyes and his ears and his sideburns, his like his lips, not to be paused, but like his lips are the same as Theo Von's because they have like the same little ass lips. So you can see that too and shit like that. So like you can see, like, let's look at it closely here. Like you can see the eyes, they would be blue right now because he's kind of, I mean, they'd be blue back then because he was young. So look at him now. When he was 40, his eyes got lighter, got gray, like they're kind of grayish greenish kind of eyes, but it blue. If you think about it, they're enriched in color when you're younger, so they would have been blue when he was younger, and now they'd be gray or like a dark green or a light green, because that's, I mean, it's just common sense. You see that, and then you look at it, the mouth looks the same, the structure of the mouth and how he has, it's just the lips are like pretty much the same. I'm gonna show you right here a little bit, and kind of looks like a fat guy right there in the baseball jersey. Let's see, and you could just see it right here a lot. The lips, you could see the inside the lips, they're just the same fucking similar ones. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but I gotta explain it to y'all so y'all kind of like open your mind a little bit to the fact that like these men look the exact same in the sense of when he was younger and when he was older. So I'm gonna just I'm doing this off of a phone, so bear with me. Also the ears and the sideburns, look how long the ears and look how the ears look, and look how the sideburns look. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in right here. Same thing. And you know, we can just keep going. Like look at his smirk right there. His smirk is pretty much the same as Theo Von's right now. And this would have been when he was younger. So, I mean, Theo Von right now, they're saying he's like 40 years old. I don't believe it though. Like, he has to be around. He has to be around Adam Sandler's age if they were around the same age group, because they were on SNL together. So like, if you really look into it, like, you just see all the, like, if he would have lost all his fatness, his neck would look like that, because you see the wrinkles on his neck, you see extra skin on him. Now he's supposed to look younger because he's supposed to be younger. He's supposed to be like 43 years old, Theo Von. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's various pictures I'm gonna pull up, and I'm gonna show you more. I'm gonna show you the relationships too he has right now. I'm just showing you like his features and his face and everything like that. So like, I'm gonna show you a lot more stuff though too right now. The relationships he had between the crews and the acting crews he was in. Check this shit out though. Like, but let's take the time to really like look at his features, so you don't think that I'm just showing y'all for nothing. Like, you gotta look at his eyes, you gotta look at the eyebrows, you gotta look at the mouth, you gotta look at the chin, and think about reality, how he would look if he's 43 right now. That's what age they're saying, or 50, or however old he's supposed to be right now. Chris Farley, he would look like this, and that's how he would look when he was younger, because you know, he had baby fat, he was losing it and everything like that. He's not even that fat, but they say he died of depression because of his fatness. Okay, let's get into the relationship. So now he knows David Spade. Theo Von knows David Spade, and he's interviewed David Spade, right? Okay, he's also interviewed Nick Swartzen, right? He's also interviewed Nick Swartzen and Dana Carvey. So I added that in the end. I'm gonna show you right now though too. Those are three people to remember: Nick Swartzen, Dana Carvey, and fucking David Spade. So this is Adam Sandler, right? He was born in 1966. Okay. Chris Farley. Now Chris Farley's age, he was born in 1964, so they were on the same SNL group together. So that would have meant they were like 2 years apart. At that, see? So this is really, so if Theo Von is Chris Farley right now, then they're pretty much the same age. They're actually, see? And then we got pictures of David Spade with Chris Farley. Remember, I'm saying Theo Von is Chris Farley. But Chris Farley's dead, so how could he be that? They're actors. They could do whatever they want. They could be whoever they want. See? And then he's hanging around with Adam Sandler. See, they're around the same age group right here. They're the same age. Don't let anybody fool you. They're the same age. They're the same age right here. They're 2 years apart. Doesn't mean that you're about 5-10 years apart. No. They're the same age group. See? And then we have grown-ups right here. Nick Swartzen's even right there. Nick Swartzen, David Spade. David Spade and Nick Swartzen. I just showed you right now that he did interview both of them. And that, you know, they were on SNL together, and they're also on Grown Ups together. A lot of people are on Grown Ups with Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, David Spade, and Nick Swartzen, right? So those are relationships, right? So Theo Von has nothing to do with these people, but he has a lot to do with them. If you really look into it and you do your research, he has a lot to do with them, because he is Chris Farley. Let's check this out. Look, Chris Farley, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, David Spade. So if you see that, right, Theo Von just did an interview with he did interviews with David Spade. He's done interviews with Dana Carvey. He's done interviews with Nick Swartzen. Theo Von, the comedian right now, and he's a comedian to top it off. He's a comedian. So I'm gonna show you a lot of shit right now. We're gonna get into it right now. So this is the SNL group that Chris Farley was in. So he was with these members in this group, and you know, they have their own acting group, so it's all of these same actors. you're gonna see, because they were on SNL together and they were in the same age groups. All of them were the same age when they were on SNL together. So Theo Von, he's a new comedian. So we're looking at them more. Let's look down. We're looking more. I'm trying to find Dana Carvey, because I have Dana Carvey. I just added him right now though too, because he's a big part of it too, because Nick Swartzen, Dana Carvey, and David Spade, they all were interviewed by Theo Von. So let's keep moving. Okay, Rob Snyder. Let's look up Rob Snyder, because he was on Grown Ups along with them too. So like, I'm just showing you all the relationships between all of these people. The main point is Chris Farley is Theo Von, this new comedian that popped up out of nowhere, and everybody seems to know him. And he's my favorite comedian right now, so it's kind of crazy, because my favorite comedian when I was smaller was Chris Farley, because I used to watch Tommy Boy. I used to watch Black Sheep. I grew up watching all his movies when I was little. And I was born in the 90s, so I was born in 95, so I was watching all of his movies, trust me. His SNLs, his thing, like, Chris Farley was a very funny person, so he's one of my favorite comedians. So I thought I'd have to do this video, because this video has a lot of relationships and a lot of things that are pointing towards him. But the only reason I figured it out was because I watched him as a kid. So to hear Theo Von do that gesture right now, like, let's see right quick. Yeah, see, you have all of them right there, all of them with the same relationships. Dana Carvey's in the middle. See, Chris Farley at the end. That's Theo Von now. Dana Carvey. You got all the same age groups. So yeah, that's what I'm saying pretty much. So like, I grew up listening to Chris Farley, so I know his gestures. I know his comic style, and when he did that, you know, it reminded me of when he did a bunch of his moves. Fat guy in a little coat, he always picked up his arms. He always did that. So like, when he did that gesture, it just reminded me a lot of him. And then I saw the tongue come out and stay there, and his eyes closed. So I was like, that's fucking Chris Farley. That's Chris Farley off the back. I know, because I used to